97, but before we do that, we got ourselves a few more games to play here at the Arby's Classic. We're at halftime of Game 8 of the 1996 Classic, and it is a 29-28 Bartlett lead here at the half as we get ready for second half play. Daniel Boone and Fairdale, Kentucky coming up next. Follow that up with Science Hill and Jefferson Davis out of Montgomery, Alabama. And I think everybody's waiting for all these games, but I think the one that we're waiting bated breathly for is Miami Senior and Chattanooga Brainerd, because we know we better get our wind collected for that one, because I got a feeling it's going to be up and down the floor.
I'll tell you, the one prior to that one could be a doozy too, as we've heard a great deal about Jefferson Davis.
Yeah.
He was some important fella down the line, wasn't he?
He was a president of the Confederacy.
How could I forget that?
I have no idea. Anyway, you're not a true rebel.
Well, no, I didn't say that.
Crockett has a basketball to start the second half. Anderson dishes it down low. Britton drives baseline, throws it back out. Ernest swings it right side to Anderson as we're underway here at the second half. But that will be a good one. Tell you what, they're all going to be good here this afternoon. This one, just an example, 29-28 as we start the second half. Daniel Boone, what can you say about the Trailblazers and the way they play here? Here's a shot blocked by Anderson. Coming out with it is Westlake. It was Walker with the block. Westlake to the hole, lays it up and in.
As he soars, and scores after a great play by the defense.
31-28. Bartlett up by 3. Their largest lead was at 5. This is Ernest swinging it right side to Anderson. Anderson penetrates, kicks it back to Ernest. Ernest with the basketball, swings it right side to Anderson. Double team, dribbles out of it, got away with the travel. He'll get it out now to Ernest. Ernest penetrates, kicks it back to Anderson. Anderson, they had Odom all alone along the baseline. Now throws it in the middle, knocked away, but saved by Chanley. Chanley left side, hands the ball to Ernest. Ernest with the basketball, throws it out to Chanley. Chanley works the cross court right side to Anderson. In the middle to Britton. Britton drives. Britton will force it up, and good.
Great patience by the Pioneers this time. Get it to Britton in the lane and let him go to work. He'll take it home.
On the other end, here's Langdon. His shot no good, but they're going to call the foul on Anderson.
I believe it's going to be Britton. Anderson went flying on by, but the way Britton has reacted, I believe it's going to be on Britton.
You're right, it is Britton. So they get Britton on the block. That'll be his first, team's first. And when I say block, I mean not blocking his shot. As into the lineup comes Hodges to replace Anderson. Stoney just didn't get back defensively, and he's going to sit down for a minute and be replaced by Hodges. It'll be Langdon who will shoot 2. They're smoking the nets back there again. Shot in the air by Langdon is short, no good. We've played a minute and a half of this third period. It is Bartlett 31, Crockett 30. Earlier today, Piney Woods beat Greenville 73-33. Toss up, toss good. Langdon hits 1 of 2. He's got 7. 32-30 Bartlett. Walking the ball up the floor will be Ernest. As they spread the floor, Ernest will go left side Chanley. They trap him along the sideline. He penetrates, picks up his dribble. Now has the ball knocked away and out of bounds. It'll remain Crockett basketball, side front court.
I'm telling you, Coach Jordan has this defense after that halftime talk turned it up a couple of notches, doesn't he?
Yeah, and it's spread all over the floor. Here's Ernest driving left to right, has the ball knocked away and out of bounds. It'll remain Crockett basketball, side front court.
And again,
6:21 to go.
They get another hand on it, knock it loose, but unable to chase it down.
Well, folks, 4:51 on this Friday afternoon. If you're getting off of work, we invite you to come on by. This place starting to get a little bit more crowded. Looks like we have a good crowd here on hand for tonight's action. Right side Hodges, but that's what we come to expect here at the Arby's. It's amazing the visiting coaches who play at other tournaments talk about the atmosphere here. Hodges right wing with the basketball, gets it in the corner to Odom. Odom, dog there, floats it all the way across court to Ernest. He'll stop and pop. 12-footer way off the mark. Coming out of there with it will be Nikita Jones. Outlets it to Lewis, to Westlake, back to Lewis. He'll back out with the basketball and will set the play in motion. Lewis dribbling to the right, picked up defensively by Hodges, hands the ball to Jones. He'll swing it left side to Langdon. Langdon throws it out front with the basketball. Driving down the left side is Jackson. He'll lay it up, no good. Rebound Jones, he'll put it back up, no good. Jones scrapping for it, and he's going to be fouled by Hodges coming over the back.
Two great opportunities for the Golden Bears as they have it down the lane. Had it on the rim twice. Couldn't get the roll, and then the Pioneers shoving from behind. I don't think he'll be shooting. I believe they'll have it underneath their own basket.
Hodges second, team second of this half, and it will be Bartlett basketball underneath their own basket. We will have a substitution. It's going to be Travis Flowers who will check into the lineup. He's going to replace Mike Langdon. Inbounds pass to be triggered in. Bounces it in right side, Lewis. Pulls up for a 15-footer, got away with a double dribble. They scrap for the rebound. They're going to call the foul on Jackson as he and Britton go after it, and it's going to be on Jackson.
I don't think it's going to be a foul. I think it's just going to be off Jackson out of bounds as they were scrapping underneath the basket.
And that indeed will be the case. Here comes Ernest into the front court, goes left side to Chanley. 32-30. We've played 2.5 minutes of this third quarter. This is Ernest shuffling to the right, getting it on the wing to Hodges. Hodges now gets it to Britton. Britton on the right extension, throws it down low along the baseline to Chanley. Chanley gives it back to Ernest. Ernest for three from the parking lot, left it short. They scrap for it, and coming out there with the rebound will be Lewis. Lewis down the left side, dishes it right side, laid up by Jackson, good.
Great play by the Golden Bears. They turn the rebound into an instant 2-on-1 fast break. Great bounce pass across the lane to the right side, and they'll lay it up and in.
34-30 Bartlett. Bringing the ball into the front court will be Ernest. He'll go left side to Chanley. Chanley with the basketball. Chanley left sideline, bounces it out front to Ernest. 34-30 Bartlett. We have 4:40 to go, third period. This is Ernest, right side of the key, dribbling left, throws it in the middle to Britton, has it intercepted and stolen. Jones with the basketball. Jones goes right side to Lewis for the layup.
And again, another turnover in an instant. 3-on-1 fast break. And another easy one, and the Pioneers need to talk about it.
Timeout by Crockett. 4:26 to go, third quarter. We'll take a 60-second break. It's Bartlett 36, Crockett 30.
What about the 15-footer they shot straight up?
4.5 minutes to go, third period. Bartlett with the largest lead of the game now at 36-30.
I need a computer whiz to run around with me to keep my computers going, don't I?
Yes, you do. It will be Crockett basketball, and Ernest will bring it up the floor. He'll be picked up in the backcourt by Walker. He'll bring it in the front court. Dribbles to the left, brings it back to the right. Still with the basketball, still dribbling. Now gets it on the wing to Anderson, who throws it back out to Ernest. Ernest will get grabbed, and he'll get fouled. The foul will be called against Jackson. That's his first, team foul number 1.
Knock it loose. Do the Golden Bears, but also get part of Ernest and the foul.
So it will be Britton to trigger the inbounds pass, side court. They'll get it in the backcourt to Anderson. And Anderson in backcourt brings it in the front court. Now finally does cross the time stripe, twirls back to the right, gets it on the right side to Ernest, goes baseline to Odom. Odom drives, stops, dishes it in the middle of Britton, lays it up, good, and he was fouled.
That's what they need to do. Great ball movement, get it along the baseline. Odom with a great pass along that baseline to a streaking Britton again. Let him go to work. He'll make the basket, and he'll get fouled in the process.
Jackson picks up his second, team second, and Britton at the line with a chance to pull his team to within 3 with exactly 4 minutes to go in his third quarter. Britton eyes the mark and pulls the trigger. Shot in the air, left it short, rattles, won't drop. Coming out there with it will be Jones. He outlets it to Walker down the right side in the front court to Jackson. Jackson backs out and gets the ball to Walker between the rings. Walker guarded by Ernest. 3:50 to go in the period. He dribbles right, now comes back left to Lewis. Jay Lewis with the basketball, comes left wing driving. He'll kick it across Jones, right side Walker for 3. It won't go. Rebound pulled out Tony Anderson for Crockett. Anderson will block the ball up the floor and bring it into the front court. This is Anderson to the head of the key, losing the handle on it, getting it knocked away from behind, but getting fouled from behind by Walker.
They do knock it loose, but evidently get part of Anderson from behind. I was just looking at Britton. He's about 6'1" at the most, going up against 6'7", 6'8" kids on the inside, but he manages to keep that ball away from him, uses his body as a shield, and I'll tell you, when he gets it on the inside, he'll score about 9 out of 10 times, and he's not the biggest kid on the block.
He's a good athlete. He was a quarterback on the football team for Crockett. Here's a feed, a much improved Crockett football team. Here's a feed down low to Chanley, lays it up, good!
And again, they get it along the baseline to Odom, who makes another great pass. He makes a play. Chanley gets a basket.
36-34 for Chanley, his first points of the day, as they'll get the ball out to Lewis at the center jump circle. 3:10 to go, third period, 36-34 Bartlett. Left side, Jones bobbles it, saves it along the sideline, now gets it out front to Jackson. Jackson twirls, Jackson drives, has the ball get away from him. They scrap for it, Chanley comes out with it, then he loses it to Walker. Walker will back out with the basketball.
Great play by the Pioneers to knock it loose and come up with it, but they turn it right back over to Bartlett.
Right side, Lewis. He'll get it out front to Jones. Jones at the head of the key, comes back right side to Jackson. Jackson right to left head of the key, comes back left side Walker. Looks into a posting up. Flowers, we're going to get a shove on Britton behind Flowers. And on Britton, that will be his second, team foul number 3.
Britton was complaining to the officials that he was being held. And, of course, it's not this time.
So out of the lineup, Jackson. Into the lineup will be Westlake for the Golden Bears. It will be Bartlett basketball underneath their own basket. 2:38 to go, third quarter. The winner heads to the quarterfinals of the Arby's Classic. To get it into Walker, he'll take the three from the left corner. It's no good. Rebound, Tony Anderson. Anderson for Crockett, and here come the Pioneers with a chance to tie after trailing by 6, 36-30. This is Anderson into the front court. Comes right side to Ernest. Team throws it into corner to Odom. Odom with the basketball will back out, pick up his dribble, looks in low, tries to feed it to Britton, and throws it away out of bounds.
Throws this one a little bit too wide of Britton, who had him posted up down low, had the angle, but they just couldn't get it to him. Throw it away. Turnover number 3 in the second half for the Pioneers. 13 for the game.
So it'll belong to the Golden Bears in rear court. Bringing it into the front court will be Walker. Walker dribbles right, dribbles left, twirls right, gets it on the right side now to Westlake. Westlake out front, head of the key with the basketball. Langdon gets it back to Lewis. This is for three from the right wing. Rims out no good. Britton comes down with the rebound. Britton gets the ball to Ernest. Ernest into the front court down the right side. Ernest penetrates. Ernest drives. Ernest puts it up. No good. Pull down Chanley. Chanley will put it back up. No good. They fight for it. Chanley again gets fouled.
Chanley with a great position on the weak side. Just cannot get it up there with the first one, but he gets another big offensive rebound. Gets hammered from behind. He'll shoot two.
Well, let's make sure. Foul is on Lewis. That would be his fourth personal foul. As Justin Jones comes out, it'll be St. Clair Jackson in, but that's a big foul on Lewis, his fourth, and to the line to shoot two will be Chris Chanley. And a chance to tie this game with 1:48 to go in the third quarter. Chanley's toss is up. It is no good. Couldn't have missed that when we played horse against him, could he? Jackson has checked back in. He's replacing Lewis. Jackson had sat down for a moment. Now he's back in to replace Lewis with 4 personals. Toss by Chanley, rattles, drops. Chanley with 3 all in this period. 36-35, Chanley out, Hodges in for Crockett. 1:45 to go, third quarter, I should say. In backcourt, this is Walker. Walker gets it in the middle to Langdon. Langdon with the basketball, gets the ball now to Jones, who hands it back to Walker. Walker at the center jump circle, comes left side to Westlake, guarded by Hodges. Westlake puts it on the floor, drives baseline, dishes it underneath Langdon for the layup.
Westlake makes a play with a great penetration, great bounce pass right between 3 Pioneers for the easy layup.
Hodges got lost, came down. That was Westlake driving to the baseline. Britton came over to pick him up, and that left Langdon all alone under the basket for the layup. 38-35. Here's left wing with the basketball. Britton puts it on the floor, drives baseline, gets underneath, forces it up. It won't drop, but he's fouled.
Made a power move along the baseline, and he uses his body again as a shield. Just kind of keeps that ball under that left hand way away from the defender. Had it on the rim. It rolls away, but he's back to the stripe.
Foul, I believe, is called against Nikita Jones, his second, team's 5th. And at the stripe to shoot a pair will be Burt Britton. Toss in the air by Britton is no good. He'll get another.
Folks, you're planning on coming and watch Daniel Boone in Fairdale. You have about 30 minutes before the start.
And Britton will get a second toss. It's up. It's rattles. It's no good. He missed them both. 38-35 with 1:05 to go in the period. Down the right side with the basketball driving Jackson. Offensive charge. Jackson is getting positioning was McGuire.
Turnover number 2 as McGuire steps up there, plank those feet, take a punishment, and get the call.
Minute 1 to go. 38-35 in his third quarter. It will be Crockett basketball trailing 3.
Some more changes?
Yeah, some more changes. Into the front court, left side with the basketball. Hodges gets it in the corner to McGuire. McGuire with the basketball double team, gets it down low to Britton, and Britton is going to be fouled.
Langdon reaches in there, tries to knock it loose, but gets part of Britton from behind.
Foul on Langdon will be his second, team foul number 7. Should be a 1-and-1 coming up for Burt Britton.
Where the Pioneers in the second half, as I have it, are only 1 out of 5 from the charity stripe.
You got that right.
Got to make your free ones, boys.
Britton's toss is up, and it is good. He will get the bonus. He now has 13, 5 in the period. Burt Britton trying to pull his team to within a point, does exactly that. Britton hits them both 38-37 with less than a minute to go, actually 45 seconds to go. In backcourt with the basketball will be Jones. Gets the ball to Walker, floats it down the left side to Westlake. Westlake, nobody comes out defensively. He takes the three and drills it.
First one he's made today, I believe, but we saw him in Alaska last year. He couldn't miss. He's a good shooter from out there. This time he gets it to tickle the twine.
He hit the three to start the game for the Golden Bears, their first points, but that is his second three. 41-37 with 20 seconds to go, third quarter. With the basketball, this is Ernest. Ernest with 15 seconds to go, dribbles left, dribbles right, dribbles left, dribbles right. I can tell you what they're going to do. Here's Ernest. He dished it off to Anderson, dips it down low to McGuire, who forces it up, no good. Britton tries to keep it alive, taps it to Hodges, who lays it up and in.
Hodges gets a little garbage off the deck, and he'll roar, soar, and score for the Pioneers.
Westlake puts one up from backcourt that hits the backboard, and that's the end of the third quarter. We'll take a 60-second break by telling you the score after three is Bartlett 41, Davy Crockett 39.